Alright, this is the side flower garden. As you can see, it's pretty much just dirt right now. I'm going to be working in the next couple of weeks to make this chicken proof as the chickens get in here, and trying to plant anything would be a nightmare. I did get, you see that blue tag floating in the middle of the screen? That is a Bartlett pear, and then back there, that other blue tag is a Kiefer pear. So I have two pear trees now that I planted in my flower garden. This is a muscadine grape that's on the fence that's falling down. I started cleaning. I need to clean this fence off again. And then this fence fell down spring of last year, maybe the fall. So this all needs to be cut up and removed. My brother came over and he did cut away so that my peach tree that was growing in between the slats could survive. So that's a peach tree, but I think the variety, we don't get enough chill hours because I've never seen it flower. So maybe this year it will. We'll see. But that pear's, you know, it's right there. That blue tag that's kind of floating. So task is going to be to revamp this, and I'm going to have it full of flowers. It'll probably be just sporadic stuff this year, and then I'm going to work on getting perennials planted. I do have the 2 rose bushes. I've got a bunch of roses that are coming. I've got some dahlias that are coming, so I'll be planting some of that in here. So that is what's going on with this over here. I don't know, I hit something and it stopped, but the reason I'm doing this quick video is, besides the 2 pear trees, I got a plum, and then there's tropic snow peach, and then we have an Anna apple, another tropic snow peach, and then down here at the end I have a Dorset gold apple. So they're not much of anything right now. We just planted them today. We did the silver planters around them just because sometimes when it rains, you can see my yard looks like trash right now. Just because it rains, sometimes the water will sit if we get a lot of rain, and this way I don't have to worry about root rot. The rings are 2 feet. I probably should have did 3 foot, but if I need to switch it out, it won't be too hard to do. But it'll work for what I want. So 2 apples, 2 peach, and a plum in the backyard, and then the 2 pear that are in the flower garden. And then I moved this bed over here. I told you it's trash out here. I'm in the process of working on it. We got some dirt in this one that we had leftover bags from filling the fruit tree beds. So I've got some dirt that we had left over that I was able to put in that bed. That bed is going to be sweet potatoes. My sweet potatoes won't be here though until slips won't be here till April. So not a big rush to fill that. I have 2 more of those beds that I need to put together that are going to go over here. I know I had this bed originally over here where I had the 2 beds, but I moved it because I thought my sweet potatoes were going to come sooner. They didn't. We got this bed filled today. I'm going through and getting some bulbs planted in it. It's going to be a flower bed. The next 2, once I get them built, they're going to be flower beds as well. I'm going to get some wood shavings here in the next couple weeks. And then I'm just doing the wood chips that you get in the bag because it's just easier for me. I need to keep things easy. My schedule, I'm working 6 days a week, and trying to get anything accomplished that takes work of me having to haul stuff back and forth in a wheelbarrow isn't going to freaking happen. So I got tons of cardboard in the garage. So I need to still get that cleaned up over here and all of that plastic crap thrown out. I need to set up a better bucket for all of my bamboo poles and stakes and stuff out here. The ones that are broken or bent, I'm just going to toss them. I just got to get the T-posts off of them because I don't want to lose those. And then this needs to go. So I was working on weeding this. This is my asparagus bed. So I'm trying to get that done right now because my asparagus is starting to come up and I want it clean. The grass just took over. So I'm going to get this cleaned out. The cabbage is looking amazing. I'm so excited. My onions look really good too. So the sweet peas in the center, they're the flowering kind. They're not the kind you eat. I planted some seeds and the seeds are starting to come up. And then these were ones that I planted. They look like, some of them look like they're probably dying. Others are looking like they're rebounding from the freeze and winter. So we'll see what they do. But I do have new seeds planted in there. And of course I've got, these beautiful pansies. But the cabbages look really good. They're starting to head up. So yay, that's a win. These beds still need to be cleaned out. But now that the freezes are over and I'm able to come out and start knocking stuff out. Amazingly enough, my poppies all survived. And then, so yay for that. Got a rose bush. And then in the center, I have goldenrod that is taken over. And I love it. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to dig some of it out and want to plant it over my other, in the flower garden area. But that big old bunch right there, that's all goldenrod. So yeah, I'm going to be digging and breaking that up into potting it up to make sure that it survives. And then I'm transplanting it. That was supposed to be echinacea. And it turned out a whole pot of goldenrod. So I'm not complaining. I'm not sure. I guess the Gaillardia is kind of survived. I need to come through and cut this dead stuff out. These beds still need to be worked on. The blackberries leaves were damaged during the freeze. They turned purple. So I'm hoping I'll be getting some new growth, which it looks like I do. So that's awesome. And then I planted 2 more blackberries. I planted one up here. And they're the thornless blackberries. And then I planted another one right here. So this bed needs to be weeded and mulched. It's primarily going to be a blackberry bed, just for the fact that it doesn't get a whole lot of sun, but just enough. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Rhubarb is looking great. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited. I'm growing it as an annual, but all of my lettuces and all of that are looking amazing. My lamb's ear survived. We'll see if the Chinese lantern survived. That's in this middle bed. The rose survived. I thought I lost my banana, and then it's starting to send up another leaf stalk, so it didn't die. And we got 2 pups at the bottom that I thought died that didn't die, so I'm so excited about that. So fingers are crossed. This needs to be weeded intricately because, like, that's oregano. This is weeds. But there are mint in here. That's pineapple mint right there. So I'm going to have to go through, and then I need to kind of brush the wood shavings out. This needs to be weeded. This is going to be a potato bed this year. I've got blue potatoes and golden Yukons that are going into this bed, but it needs to be weeded. This bed is chaos. So Gaillardia lollipop. That was a cinnamon basil that I need to pull out. Then some weeds. This here is lemon bean balm. So I'm excited. So it should bloom this year because it didn't bloom last year. Fingers crossed. The rose needs to be definitely pruned. I need to do that this week. I need to prune all of my rose bushes. And then I've got, oh my God, I've got 5 bare root Austin roses coming. I have 2 climbing roses that are the same color. They're white perfume, and they're white with baby pink that will kind of splotch through, that I need to get planted. I've got a blue tea rose, and then I've got this dark chocolatey red that is absolutely stunning that needs to be planted. And then I have 2 other roses that I bought that I have. So I'm going to be adding 10 rose bushes to my garden this year, and it'll be between this garden here, and the flower garden. And then I have this bag of bulbs that I bought from Walmart, on top of, oh God, I think I got over 100 gladiola bulbs coming, and maybe 50 dahlia bulbs that I'll be going into these beds, the 3 beds total. So I have a lot of flowers this year coming. I was like, the flowers draw me into the garden because I absolutely love flowers. So anyway, this was just a quick video to show you what I've got going on here. So yeah, it's still a hot mess, but I promise by the end of March, this garden is not going to be a mess, and it is going to be absolutely flippin' gorgeous. I'm so excited this year for my garden. Unfortunately, I planned on having 2 days off a week, and it's down to 1 day off a week because of how busy I am with my business. So we will see what I can get accomplished 1 day a week, and then sporadic moments throughout the week. I'm going to get runner beans. I got to dig out. This is all goldenrod down here. I got to dig out the goldenrod, but I am going to be planting. I was going to do peas and runner beans on these 2 trellises, and then when the peas die, I'll do pole beans and long beans on these 2 trellises. And then the trellis over there, I've been doing cucumbers over there, but I may do cucumbers instead over here. And then maybe do pole beans over there, just to switch it up. I don't know. I'm going to do corn in this bed. I need to dig up that gaillardia and replant it someplace else, because my trellises were here, so I had planted it in between the trellises. I've got more gaillardia there. That's false bone knit. That needs to be cut out too. It's got new growth at the bottom. It has this beautiful flossy white flowers. I think it's huge. I really need to dig it out and plant it in my flower garden, so it's not over here. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So it is February 15th, garden tour. Have a blessed day. Wish me luck.